Okay, so hmm, today is September 30th, 2024, last day of Q3, and we're heading into Q4. So today NQ was giving me a bit of an issue with properly working out. So I took a trade today at 10:25. Sorry, 10:03. Um, 31. I guess right before this candle closed. Basically based off of the momentum of it. So let's get into it. Let's find this candle and see what happened. Why I didn't wait till this full 1 minute candle to close is a question we need to figure out. All right, so actually, let's do this real quickly because I took a screenshot of the after event, actually the whole thing. So, all right, so I had a supply zone up here. It wasn't the best. It was kind of correlating with NQs. This is NQ's supply zone. NQ broke through it and then it broke down. NQ gave this nice red volume with green candle, so telling me that okay, price likely wants to drop lower, which you can see NQ really did. NQ was very um, adamant of dropping over 100 points to this level. So just keep it short and sweet. So when I entered, ES also had the candle, but it was kind of like still holding onto it, unlike NQ, which basically once it created a candle, it started really just dropping towards the bottom part, while ES was staying more positive. So, um, but nonetheless, ES did what I needed to do. It gave me my 30-minute level. We went back into it. I had my 5-minute volume, which is this red candle here with selling, more selling, more selling. It gave me my trend line, which we broke. I waited for that trend line to break. We still had volume. We came back and retested this area here. And I had my stop loss right above here, really, is where I really wanted to have it. But I had it here. Um, I could have made it a little tighter. That's probably what I should have did. I could have left it tighter, but then I was subjugated to probably being stopped out. Let's go to the 1 minute and see what was going on in the 1 minute to clarify the setup. So the entry was at 10:03. So and then we'll go over this real quickly over here. So entry was at 10:03. So right around here, right? Where's 10:03? Right here at this candle here, right? So price probably broke out of something like that. Very ugly, not the cleanest I've seen. Um, yep. So yes, just about that. So broke out of this area here. Probably had it like that. Broke out, and price came back to retest. Is it close? Close enough. Look like I was using that. Okay, so I was using. So I went in and I made it tighter. This was actually pretty good. I could have kept it there. All right, so I used this angle. All right, let's go back to the 1 minute. So yep, keeping that in line. That looks pretty good. So price broke out, not the cleanest. Came back up and then it started pushing off of VWAP. So I entered at 5784.75. So right around here, right? So 10:03 going to 10:30. Yeah, so I entered right around here. Let's just mark that like that. It's, my stop loss was about right above this high here. I think it was like 89 or something like that. All right, above that. I think it was at 89. Yeah, 89. Really wanted it to be above this, but I put it above that. So as you can see, we came down and we couldn't break down to where I wanted price to go. I think we're shy of hitting 78. We got as low as, oh, we're as low as 78. Um, but it looks, yeah, I thought this was 78, but we're close to getting to this level here, which is where we had buying pressure. So price stalled, came down to this minor level here that I didn't mark. I wish I did, because then I'd have that, and that would have been minor consolidation. I didn't mark that because I just didn't see it, which now it looks clear as day. I think I had something else marked, but then again, I don't mark the 5-minute levels at all. So let's see here. What did I have marked? I had this area here marked, right? But I had this marked at a lower end. So if I had marked it up here like this, if I had marked the entire candle, and let's make it green. If I had marked the entire candle, then would have seen that all of this was part of it. So when we came down to it, I could have probably exit on this candle, or had a side of stop loss here at 51.81. Our first exit was at 51. First exit was at 51.80, so I could have just taken both of them out right here because we had a bounce, right? So but I was looking for price to come down to a specific volume, which is this buying candle here, I believe, right here, this buying candle down here. But I should have had it to up to this candle as well, because there were the only two buying candles before price actually moved out. So my stop loss was basically, and my take profit was basically this. But I should have marked the entire candle like I typically do, which is the whole 30-minute candle, or at least mark this here, because this is exactly what we came to and stalled, and then price reversed. But I'm glad that I adjusted my stop loss, and I'm glad that I used the NQ reaching its own level for me to exit. I think it was right around here, NQ reaches level, and then I exit the trade because NQ looked like it was going to bounce, and it did. It did exactly that. And NQ also had that lower volume at that bottom area as well. Here it went to the lower one. ES stopped at the higher part, which is up here. NQ went to the lower part here. And so I was respecting the fact that price looked like it was going to buy, and it did, because it hit the next level. I'm going to clear all of this up here, so that way we can go through this over here. Get rid of initial balance. I'm just going to clear all of this here, all the clutter, so we can actually see what I'm going to look at. So I had a level down here. Okay, I can also get rid of this for now. This is where this is price action. Then around 55, Powell started speaking, and we had this massive drop. Before this massive drop, like I said, I did have a buying level, which was from this area here, right? That, like I said, it was probably just too low. So price came to it and bounced. Let's see if there's anything else there. No, I think that was the only level that I had. I don't have any other levels. That shows change of change. I don't have any levels there that shows change of information. Yeah, I definitely should have marked this whole thing here. Price bounced off of it nicely, and probably could have taken that long. So yeah, so anyway, so price started dumping, broke through this level, nicely came down to this lower level that I have here, which dates back to 924, which dates back to 924, and we can see it here on the 30-minute. Let's see what that level looks like. So we had buying level here, buying volume here, red candle. So that's where price bounced off of, and I was trying to see if I could buy down here, but I forgot my trading plan, which says that 30-minute level, 30-minute level, 5-minute buying volume, which we did. We had strong buying volume, and but we don't have an angle. So since we're at this level here, right, strong buying volume, if we go into the 30-minute, we can see that price really wasn't trying to go on the Heikin Ashi. I was watching that. It was very interesting, and then price basically pushed up from touching it. So now we have a leg, it's exposed. So that's the 30-minute. So basically the 30-minute closed here at this candle, right? So 30-minute closed here at this candle. So I'm doing a reverse engineering of this candle here, trying to make sense of how I could better use it. So there goes price here. We're in the inside bar. Price is inside this last bar. Which had a lot of strong volume, but maybe this is absorption because it's a pink candle and not a red one. So maybe it's absorption, and price may reverse. So let's go to the 1 minute to see what we can find from that candle. Actually, what time is that? This is 14:20. So quickly before we go to that, let's see here. We have volume at 14:20, exactly at 14:20. We have volume. We have some volume also at 14:15 and 14:14, and then again at 1500. So 14:20 on the 1 minute is where is that? 14:20 is up here, is where we had the strong volume. So I did mark this. So then price dropped below and volume seemed to just die out. We had a strong reversal, and then buying got bought up, went back into this 14:20 volume that had the 10K volume right here, which is about 10,063. So how can I have capitalized on this trade from this large move down? Trying to see how I can draw a trend line is the true question. I don't think I can draw a trend line. It just looks horrific. It was just one great big down price action. All right, so I can't draw a trend line, not a proper one. I could force one like this, redraw as a channel, like that. I could have forced that, right, straight down. We had a nice strong bounce out of it, and then just look for a retest. Where could the retest be? I have no idea, none. Right, but let me make these 1 minute so that way I know what I'm looking at. I'll make these that, so that way I know that this is the 1 minute with all the volume that came in. So now we have the 5-minute candle here, right, that broke out, So I guess I could look for volume inside, an angle inside of it. I think we have this here. This one works fine, right? Comes back to this largest candle. You gave us a hammer candle. We break out. So maybe I could have entered like this, and then price just really took off. But like I said, Jerome Powell was actually speaking to somebody at that time, and I just write it right back up to this. Was speaking to somebody at that time, 19 points. Was speaking to somebody at that time, so I was very hesitant in taking a trade. And I was also hesitant in giving profits back, but I would have wanted my stop loss to be down here. I was really hoping we get a pullback back down to this and then push up, but I wanted to see price first break this level and then retrace back. But if anything, I could have maybe looked for. No, I had a lot of these volume going in. I think we had one, like I said, we had one at 14 and one at 15. So we had volume here, 14, and one at 15, right? 14 and 15. We had volume, right? So price really needed to get above all of that first and then set a new foundation, which it did. Once it got above, it started really holding back that 30-minute level that I had, came above it, and at the end I said maybe we'll buy off, and maybe we'll buy up, and then price just started buying up, right? And it looks like, what the heck is this? I don't know what this is, but price came and basically held that level and then bought itself back up. But this 30-minute level no longer mattered to me because we already broke through it. So this was the only one. So for that trade, like I said, I probably could have entered at the break of this here, stop loss down here. So about a 5-point risk, right? And then just let price move up. So what does it look like on a 5-minute? So look like we'd still be not above it yet until we got here. So just gonna get rid of that, get rid of this until we got above that. But I didn't want price to break above, come back, take me out, and then move up. So I think for the most part, I would have to just really risk, really be mindful of what I was risking for this trade, because like I said, price never cleared this strong selling volume that we had, and so if price cleared it and then came back down, I would have been very interested in taking it back up, because we cleared whoever was selling here, but maybe all of these were stop losses, people being stopped out, because I had a level down here, right? So if I think about it, these are stops, somebody being extremely stopped out, right? Right, these are all stops, stop losses here. Wow. These were all stop losses because I didn't mark these. Stop loss here, so these were stop loss for sure here, stop loss over here. So these are more likely just all stops being stopped out, and then we come back to our level where we had the buying, and then price just reverses. So like I said, I didn't mark these because there were no volume behind them. So I guess this one had volume, but this one had no volume. So maybe for future reference, that when we have these no volume areas, maybe they're just areas for stop losses for me to just be mindful of. Because if I go to my candle here, right here, I believe at this buying, I believe there is no volume down here at the bottom of this, or there's no volume at all in this candle on the 5 minute, that is. Let's go to the 5 minute, and 5, but we don't have no green volume. I don't think I counted these when I'm doing the setup. I don't know, why didn't I mark this? Did I have that mark? I had something marked at 570. 570. Where is this? No, I had this mark. Yeah, so I had that mark. So price was just breaking through it. Yeah, so I had a mark. So 570. Yeah, and then I had this mark. So price was breaking through all of these, probably just taking out stops, and then it bounced here. So this level here, I'm sorry, I'm reverse engineering as we're talking. So this was the only buying candle. I mean, I don't really too much count these too much, but sometimes they work. But if we mark this and we go down, zoom out, you see that this works into this here. Where buying came, where price smashed through it. Alright, this is also a low. So, but I don't know, for some reason, you know, I have that here, but this one was more prominent. We came down to it and we bounced, and then yeah, I don't know what to make of that, but price really was taking out levels. So I'm guessing when I see that, I could take it because power is considered news. Usually when we have that, we don't get a chance to double bounce. With news, it's just the 1 minute candle just goes. So that's something to look into, because the price really just went back up, came back up, held, and then pushed up higher. So I'm not quite sure what else to make of it besides the fact that, you know, I think like I said, I wanted to see a double bounce, but we just basically went down, went up, kind of went down, back down to my level. Actually, I'm looking at it again. We went down to my level, and then price just reversed. So yeah, so this could have been the entry right here, because we did retest that same level and then pushed back up. So this could have been the entry. All right, so that's it for me for today. I'll be back tomorrow. I'll try to set up my charts for pre-market and go from there. All right, I am out.